Hello, everyone. This is your host, Andrew Pledger, and this is Beyond BJU Exposing Fundamentalism. And I am really excited about today's bonus episode, which is the Mass of Authoritarian Power, Part 2. And this is a Patreon bonus episode. For those hearing the preview on the podcast, my Patreon starts at a 7-day free trial, and it starts at $3 a month to access bonus episodes and other exclusive content. But let me do a summary of part 1. So in part 1, using the book, The Guru Papers, The Mask of Authoritarian Power, I dug into defining authoritarian power, authoritarianism, authoritarian hierarchies, and understanding the intricacies of language revolving around that, and talking about the different ways we're going to see authoritarian power in different areas in our society and relationships, cultural conditioning. But the masks that we dug into in the first episode were religion and cults. And now we're just going to dig a little bit more into different masks of authoritarian power. And I think what is important to note too is, as we've seen throughout history, when there are times of great upheaval, when there's uncertainty, people really cling to people who have absolute answers, and they'll be willing to surrender their critical thinking, their lives, their identity for that sense of safety, security, and belonging. And this is what it talks about in page 39 of the Guru Papers. It says, in times of upheaval or impending disaster, when people feel impotent to deal with the vast problems and uncertainties they face, the tendency to look for a leader who takes the responsibility out of their hands greatly increases. These saviors tend to be either political or spiritual, or sometimes both. The old morality and its institutions are breaking down, producing a spiritual vacuum, and with it, alienation, meaningless, and moral confusion. Though such breakdown is necessary during periods of transition and is part of the impetus leading ideally to the creation of new values, still, while the breakdown is occurring, there is increasing fear, conflict, misery, violence, and chaos. Often when people are afraid, they regress to old values, behaviors, and emotional stances. Hence, the political conservatism, religious fundamentalism, self-protectiveness, addiction, racism, hatred, cults, and magical thinking that can be observed all around us. Thank you for listening to this Patreon bonus preview of this episode of Beyond BJU. You can access the full episode on my Patreon. The link is in the description. Thank you.